And the interest in the story and, association with the team at the time. So, I understand there's going to be questions about that, but, that was my first part of that in the offseason.
And then in 2018, were you aware of anything going on? Were you aware of things being used, technology, how it was being used to decipher?
No. In 2017, I'm the minor league coordinator. Yeah. And 2018, my experience wasn't really like kind of a lot of stuff that's kind of coming out in the media now. So I did not really experience a lot of conversation with players, staff, anything like that that had to do with anything that I thought was not legal, going on there.
What did you feel if you had seen something? Was there an avenue for you to say anything?
I think that would have been really tough. So I understand, from whether it's different players, staff members, whatever the case may be. I could kind of go back to that time, and I do think that would have been a tough position to be in. I didn't feel like there was any, looking around, like I said, conversations with staff, players, or just looking around. I didn't really feel like I was watching or witnessing anything that was out of the ordinary. So that was my kind of experience with, my time there in 2018.
How much were you in the dugout during 2018?
The whole year.
During
the game, you're out there at the beginning, but then just depends on what happens in the game.
Okay.
So maybe you're going out to back in the cage to help a guy get ready for the game, whatever the case may be, or it's later in the game and you're expecting something to happen in the bullpen. That's just part of the normal role of the assistant hitting coach.
As this has all kind of come unfurled, do you think back to some of the success? Do you question some of the offensive success that happened there?
I don't. If yes or no, I think so highly of the talent and the ability of the players in the lineup that was there. So I understand. I don't know how much. I think I've read some stuff, or you see some people trying to figure out, well, how much would knowing the signs help here or there? Obviously, it seems like there'd be a benefit. I don't know. I don't know what that would look like. I do kind of know that, if there's nothing that's 100% foolproof, so guys might change their sign, or you think a pitcher has a tip. Just watching the game, you think a pitcher has a tip and maybe he doesn't. I know that's personally for me, that's makes me question if I'm watching a pitcher and I think he's doing something, am I going to say that to the player or not? Because maybe I'm seeing it and the other player doesn't.
Right.
So I am usually thinking about that side of it, how much of this is a distraction or taking away from focusing on the things that we need to do that we know about in the game.
So if you had to do it all again, what would you have done differently in your role?
I don't think I would have done anything differently in my role. The signs, even just in general, especially at that time for me, were not really high on my radar, or personally, right? There's enough of other things or enough responsibilities that I have to get ready for the game and kind of understanding what's going on, adjusting to the big leagues, that type of thing. So I don't think there would have been something that I really did or would have done differently, because looking back, there was nothing to do differently.
So did you know any of it was going on at the time?
I didn't. Like I said, I don't feel like I was watching or witnessing anything that was not normal. Especially with one of the things that happened a lot in 2018 is there's a MLB representative, basically in the the video room outside of where the dugout is. I'm there a lot. I'm sitting in that part of the dugout, and there's a video right behind. And you're I do that in St. Louis too. You're checking the at bats. Where was this pitch? Where was that pitch? So between that and having representatives there and that kind of thing, I don't feel like there was anything that I was seeing that was out of the ordinary.
Jeff, do you know of any the equipment being used? There's been questions of whether or not there was, there were buzzers and jerseys, or you were there at a time when they were accused of whistling.
I don't want to get into the speculation part of it. My reaction to that is that seems very extreme. I would be surprised. That would be a surprise to me. I never saw anything like that.
How was it? The commissioner's office said that an SR